Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Sharan and I'm one of the aesthetic doctors here at SkinViva. I want to talk you through a treatment I did today on a lady called Julie. She opted to have what we call a VivaLift. So a VivaLift is where we analyse the whole face and we basically freshen it up to get the best for you. So I'm going to talk you through what I did with Julie. Having a look, we'll work from her forehead down. I started actually with Julie's forehead because if you have a look at her, she's got a lovely slim face, but what does happen as we get a bit older is the forehead can lose volume, and we see that on women by the brow arch becoming quite prominent and is developing a shadow above. So if I highlight on here, you'll see that there is a very obvious brow arch, but then a flattening right above it. And when the light casts on the forehead, you'll find that it highlights up certain areas and other areas fall into shadow. So by lifting those areas that are in shadow, the forehead can look a lot younger. And you'll even see that on Julie in the after photo, it's lengthened her forehead. Following on from that, if we move to the side of her forehead, right beside the eyebrow, you'll notice what happens on a lot of people who are slim, and as we get older, we all lose a little bit of volume in our temple region, right here beside the eyebrow. As we lose volume in that area, it can make us look a little bit more gaunt and unwell. So it's a really useful trick to fill that area with filler, because what it will do is actually lift the tail of the brow up a little, so it prevents any hooding over the eyes, and it also makes the contour of the face look better. So the flow from the cheek round to the forehead is more even and there's no inward stepping. Moving down Julie's face, we can go to the under eye area, and you'll notice just running from the inner corner of her eye to the upper part of her cheek, there's a shadow. We call that the tear trough, and when that's present, it can make people look tired and a little unwell. When we lift that, people look a lot fresher and more awake, so it was really nice to be able to lift that little shadow for Julie on the inner corner of her eye down towards the cheek. However, that wouldn't have been complete if I'd not treated her cheeks and given her a little bit more of a lift as well. You can see that Julie, her baseline was amazing. She had great cheekbones, but she did have a little bit of flattening just in the central portion of her cheek, which I'm just going to mark on here for you. And you can see lifting that has just allowed the contour to flow from the outer cheek right through in a more even contour without any steps. Moving down the face a little further, we go on to what we see happening around the jawline. Now when we're younger, we have a nice definition around the jawline, a good flowing contour. And when we get a little bit older, we lose that definition and we can start noticing a fullness in this area here, which I'll just mark as an X on the picture. And you can see that this is what we refer to as a jowl. Now it's very difficult with our non-surgical techniques to get rid of a jowl, but what we can do is cleverly mask it in, because you'll see in front of the jowl, just beside the chin, there is a bit of volume loss. So if we replace that volume, it helps lift the skin forwards. Also behind the jowl, in the back part of the jaw, if we replace the volume there, it again helps add definition, and it also provides a backward pull to the area, so it'll help redefine that jawline. And we continue that right up in front of the ear area as well. And again, all of that gives a more holistic result. So rather than areas that will then look younger and areas that will look older, it all looks evenly refreshed. Finishing off, if we look at Julie in profile, you'll notice that she had some changes with her nose that also occur as we get a bit older. So just like the rest of the face, there's fat compartments there, and as we lose fat, we can start seeing the underlying anatomy of the nose a bit more, the bony structures, the cartilages, and it's nice just to put a little trickle of filler over all of that, which gives a nice straight profile again and takes away all the little distractions of the underlying anatomy. So in summary, Julie's had a VivaLift, which has kept her looking like her own self, but just a younger, more refreshed version.